This is Ultra Game Players number 90 from November 96, which has full previews of Resident Evil 2, Wave Race 64, Virtual On, Ultima 9, Street Fighter Alpha 2, all the moves, and then some other codes and whatnot. Anyway, I haven't really looked into this mag for a while, and yeah. The binding is pretty tight, so I can't even leave it open. It closes. It closes. Anyway, Ridge Racer Revolution, the fastest cars on Earth. Crash Bandicoot ad. Alrighty then. My trip to Seattle. I don't really have that many Ultra Game Player mags that I know of anyway, but I have a lot of mags, so you never know exactly what I have. Still got 100 something to go through. This was a cool TV. I've seen it once, and this was about 2-3 years ago. It didn't have a price on it, and the guy was too busy to give me a price, but it was still cool to see, even though it's like a small, was it 13-inch? I don't remember exactly. But yeah, it was kind of cool. The team, disc edition. Wait, came with a disc? Son of a bitch. I didn't know that. Okay. Machine Head, game I've never even heard of. By the art, I don't know what the hell. I don't know. Is Nintendo lying to you? Yeah, just for fun, let's see what it says here. Before the first N64 delay more than a year ago, the idea that Nintendo, probably the most sound of all major video game companies, would fail to deliver on a promise to its consumers seemed out of the question. Since then, however, Nintendo has failed to deliver on a number of assurances, including numerous launch dates prediction for the N64, the promise to relaunch the Virtual Boy with groundbreaking software. What? Really? I did not know that at all. And the promise to deliver at least 8 launch titles with the N64 to add to its recent accountability problems. Nintendo also staunchly assured us that the N64 would be sold at $249 in the US, but has recently announced a drop to $199, putting it even with the price of the PlayStation and the Saturn. Of course, the price drop is an obvious benefit to consumers, but it also indicates a possible lack of confidence in the product's predicted sales in the US market. With all the attention on the N64 lately, it's almost been forgotten that Nintendo is failing to deliver as promised on its last hardware platform as well. After a dismal response to the launch of the Virtual Boy, Nintendo was eager to suggest that this platform has not been forgotten and that the problem has been in the lack of software to take advantage of the system. To that end, Nintendo promised a relaunch of the system with new cutting-edge software. Then shown at this year's E3 were 2 new Nintendo Virtual Boy titles called Dragon Hopper and Bound High. Originally due for release in August, both titles have been put on permanent hold, leaving Virtual Boy owners without a single new title this Christmas. While players don't really care about the dismissing of the Virtual Boy, Nintendo's willingness to let a hardware platform die so quickly after its release certainly doesn't say much for its attitudes towards the gamers who invested in the system. While delays and even the cancellations in the video game business are nothing new, it's the quantity and quality of the promises broken that makes Nintendo particularly suspect as of late. The idea that a company with the extensive background of Nintendo would, for example, miss the release date of a new hardware console by more than a year, and even then only be able to deliver it with 2 software titles, leads us to believe that Nintendo may have truly believed the announcements they were making. This being the case, it's tempting to assume that Nintendo was simply looking for a way to string potential buyers along in an effort to keep them from purchasing a PlayStation or Saturn before the N64 made it to the market. What's perhaps most concerning, however, about the delays and misleading predictions up to this point is the future potential for more of the same. Though most would consider the plans for around 12 games by Christmas to be a fairly conservative estimate, it should be noted that Nintendo has not been able to meet its most basic promises as of late. After all, Without games like Wave Race 64, Shadows of the Empire, and Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Nintendo's holiday lineup is not much of a... I guess that's supposed to be compete. But they left out the C, whatever. With that of Sony and Sega, in this critical buying season, they would not be eager to confess to any more delays. Let's hope it can get things back on track. And then it has Nintendo's software launch. Missing in action. Yes, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know about the Virtual Boy that they promised that. I gotta check out those 2 games. See if they even have like demos or whatever. Well, I can't play them anyway because I don't have a system. I still can't find one. Anyway, Resident Evil ad. It's kind of cool. Showing PC gaming, which I never really got into. Hardcore 4x4, what is that the name of the game? I do not know. Japanese Tokyo show. Nope. So, let's see here. Nintendo 64 Wild Choppers, which is supposed to be that there. I don't know. I don't think that ever came out unless it changed the name. Metal Gear. What? Showing for the first time from Konami, Metal Gear Solid is a 64-bit update of the classic NES military RPG action game. It was supposed to come out on the N64. That's the news to me. Let's see. Rev Limits, J-League, St. Andrews. So none of these games came out unless Japan only, because I have the complete North American set and none of those are on there. Also talks about a couple of Saturn games. Grandia, The Shining, also known as The Shining. Let's see, Perfect Weapon, never played that. Online stuff, 10-Pin Alley on the PlayStation. Talks about the Saturn Netlink, Sony bites publishers again, raising royalty rates, PlayStation 2 around the corner, Mortal Mania, okay, approval ratings, Japanese top 10, Forever With You, don't know what that is, I'm guessing it's an RPG, on the Saturn, Nintendo Boomer Bust, what's that? There's a pie chart. I'll wait and see. 6%. Still count me in. 4%. Still devoted. 20%. 69%. Nintendo's lost it. Count me out. Those sons of bitches. How dare you. Sonic 3D Blast. I think I've played it for at least a second or two. Vector Man. Never really played the second one. NBA Hang Time. It's actually the first N64 game I ever owned. And I played the shit out of it. It's a really good game. Really good game. Rise and Shine. What is that? I don't know what that is. The system is at 4. I do not know. I just don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. CD-ROM game. Bedlam on the PlayStation. Never heard of it. Looks like a jet. What is that? What kind of game is that? Is it like StarCraft? I don't know. Alright then. Final Doom. Freaking liars. There was another Doom. And another one. Now recruiting for the Lightstormer Corps. Travel to exotic places and kill them. Disruptor. I think I had that on the PlayStation. Never played it. Warhammer. Never really played that. Previews. Let's see what some of these games are. Virtual On. Never played it. Tecmo's Deception is a good PlayStation 1 game. I remember my brother renting it and I was making fun of him for how bad it looked and how shitty it looked. But then he actually let me play and I really enjoyed it. I still gotta pick up the 2 sequels that I can't remember the names off the top of my head because I only found out it had sequels. Anyway, that's a good game. Dark Savior, never played. Virtual Cop, cool game. Baldies, I have no clue what the hell that is. It was on 3DO, Panasonic. Blow up cows, eat goldfish, then go to hell. Baldies, totally demented action for people who think. Okay, don't know what that is. This is an upside down page for Rocket Jockey. Okay. Twisted Metal 2 ad. I still really like Twisted Metals. Ultima Online, Subculture, Kingsfield 2. Games I never heard of. Formula 1 on the PlayStation. Black Dawn. I think I played that on Saturn. It's also on PlayStation, I guess. Unless this is a different one I'm thinking of. Contra Legacy of War. Tomb Raider. PlayStation, Saturn, and PC. I liked it at the time. This ad's in pretty much every magazine I own. X-Wing vs. TIE Fighter, never played. Jedi Knight, never played. Reloaded. Okay, that's the sequel to Loaded, right? Yeah, I didn't buy that yet. Mortal Kombat Trilogy. Resident Evil 2, PlayStation. It's always kind of cool, because I don't remember that happening in the game, or that stage, but it's been a long time since I played it. Yeah, it's even sharper graphics. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Necrodome, never played it. Toriko, never heard of it, on the Saturn. Power Move Pro Wrestling, I remember playing that on the PlayStation. That's before the N64 games came out. And it was actually pretty good. Not as good as those, but the same type of gameplay, and it was pretty fun. I think I uploaded a match, I don't know, last year or the year before, I don't remember. Ultima, never really got into those games. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Treasures of the Deep. Don't know what that is. Starwinder is so fast it'll make you hurl. Okay, if you say so, buddy. Epidemic. Okay. 32-bit blah 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 blah. 3 Dirty Dwarfs. I'd like to play this game, but kind of hard to get and probably expensive. And Arc of Time. Don't know what that is. Fascinating, the Ultimate Discovery. It's on the PlayStation and CD-ROM. It's probably an RPG. Maybe that's why I never heard of it. Sonic 3D Blast. I just haven't played it probably a little bit. Starfleet Academy, not really. Top Gear Rally, Bug 2. Those are, I guess, cool games, but never played them. Wave Race 64, still a really good game on the N64. The GameCube one was good, but I think I like the Wave Race 64 better, besides the graphics. War of the Gems has my favorite Marvel characters on the cover. Spider-Man is #1, Hulk #2. But yeah, that's a game I'd like to pick up, but I never see it anywhere. But I like the ad, looks pretty cool. Tetris Plus. Release list for different systems. Nintendo 64 has only 3 games. Cruising USA, Killer Instinct, and Wave Race. Hexen. Well, it's also on N64. I guess it wasn't out when they printed this ad. GameWorks. Okay. Sega Jalapa, Tokyo Highway Battle. Kind of looks like Ridge Racer. I've done that. Wild 9. I think I have it, but I never played it. Wonder Egg, don't know what the hell that is. Crime Wave. That sounds familiar. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Reviews. Wipeout XL. It's supposed to be really good from, says that it outdid itself. Gets a 9.5. Jeebus. Street Fighter Alpha 2 gets an 8.1. Andretti Racing, 8.5. Never played it. Didn't even know there was one on the PlayStation. Street Racer, never played. Another Mortal Kombat, but Sears, you can get $10 off. $10 off. Motor Tune Grand Prix, 8.1. Never played it. Tobal number 1. It's a 9.0. It's gotta be good. Virtual Fighter PC. Okay, 7.5. Street Fighter Alpha 2 ad. Spot goes to Hollywood ad. Star Gladiator gets an 8.0, whatever that is. This looks like a fighter. Final Doom, 8.1. It's like Doom, except, what am I saying? It is Doom. Well, I hope so, you stupid ass. Project Overkill. Virtual Fighter Kids. On the Saturn, what does that say? 8.7. Tekken 2 ad. 3 Dirty Dwarfs, 7.1. Reach out and crush someone. Marvel Comics. Say hello to an old friend. Miss Pac-Man for the Super Nintendo. Spot gets a 3.8. It's got to be pretty shitty. Whatever the hell. Z, 7.6. Nights into Dream ad for the Saturn. 3 pages. 3 pages. Sportsline, NBA Live 97. Okay. NHL 97 on the PC CD-ROM. Madden 97. Triple Play. All sports games. Sports. NHL 97 on the Genesis gets an 8.7. Okay. World Series gets a 9.2. Whoa. 2 Extreme. It's kind of cool. Rated. These are all the different ratings. Alien Trilogy gets a 9.1. Jesus. Game Shark. Game Enhancers. Kind of cool. All Access. Piloting 64. What are those cheats? Or tricks. Cheats and tricks. Back issues. Yeah, I don't recognize any of those covers, so I probably don't have them. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Those are codes or combos. How to do combos. Use it or lose it. Yes. I don't like that computer. I don't like it. Game Shark codes, secret bro levels or something. Crash Bandicoot. Area 51. This game does not exist. Okay. Nothing to see here. Game shop. See something you like. Mystery games. So t-shirts. Video cameras. Area 51 arcade machine. That's kind of cool. Network. Okay. Play it online. Dragon Force. Probably an RPG. Don't know any of these games, y'all. Sweet Release. Letters from Fans. Life After Mario. Killer Instinct. Shadows of Empire. Wave Race. Yes. The way he moves now, he better have a double... Oh, you better have a double jointed thumb. I remember hearing about that. And in the back, NFL Quarterback Club 97. Anyway, has some cool information in this bag. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. That'll do, pig. That'll do.